I'm writing this in front of my TV. My Xbox is on and resting on the main dashboard. I can see my avatar and think he can see me. He occasionally waves. I prefer to keep my eyes on the screen as much as possible because better the devil you know, right? This all started a week ago. I was mixing it up between Trials HD and Battlefield 1943. I'm an arcade nut and love some of the games that you can download. I was owning a level on Trials when I received a party invite. The thing is, it had no name attached. It was just an empty field followed by has invited you to an Xbox Live party. Flummoxed, I accepted and entered the party. When I checked the menus, I was the only one there. Somewhat strange, but not impossible. The person could have left before I entered. Just as I was ready to leave, someone else joined the party. Namely, it was Lemming has joined the party. This made me smile, as you do sometimes see rather than weird glitches online. I checked the menus and saw my name twice in the party. One was playing Trials, and the other was editing the avatar. "Hello," I said, not expecting an answer. "Hello," echoed back to me a couple of seconds later. My voice. I relaxed. Sound delay and party glitches were rare, but they did happen. "Getting freaked out over a glitch," I said, half annoyed that I allowed it to unsettle me. My words returned to me, but this time the tone of words had become a little mocking. This made me stop short for a second. I shook my head and reasoned that I must have misheard. "Why don't you come and say that to my face? A current private joke me and my friends were sharing that time. Maybe I might just do that." My blood turned ice. That was my voice, but I didn't have those words. The other me left the party immediately after that. I sat for a moment confused and shaking as the adrenaline pumped. I checked the list of interactive profiles, but that revealing nothing. I eventually decided that was enough Xbox for the night and turned it off. The incident played on my mind for the entire next day, and that evening I was back on the Xbox again. Spent a couple of minutes looking around the menus for anything else scary. But everything was decidedly normal. Half an hour, some intense explosion, man. I received a voice message. I was getting bored of the game, so I dropped out of the dashboard and opened the message. It was heavy breathing for seconds, followed by my voice saying, "Can you say distraction?" Once again, confused, I stared at the screen. In the background, I could see my avatar dancing away, but there was nothing to attribute the message to. A momentary illogical fear made me spin around and inspect the room, making sure there was nothing there. It was when I turned back then I nearly screamed. My avatar had forced his way towards the menu, and his head is filled the entire screen. He stared at me silently, his hands planted against the screen from the opposite view. He pointed at me and then drew a finger across his throat. I started to smell burnt plastic. A trickle of smoke escaped from the console, and then it crashed. The last thing I saw was the colors inverted on the Xbox, and the face of the threatening avatar turned electric pink and green. This image disappeared, followed by the standard no signal message. My Xbox was wrecked. When I tried to switch it back on, I dreaded the red ring of death. The ominous name of the defect wasn't lost on me. I waited a month before I eventually sent off my Xbox for despair. I had just brought it brand new, and it was within warranty, so I got it replaced for free. It sat in my hallway for a fortnight before I had the guts to switch it back on. I finally rigged it up, and now I'm starting at the dashboard. Everything was fairly normal until I logged my profile and saw literally a dozen of voice messages. All of them in my voice, screaming, "Where are you?" and We're not done yet. The final message was dated 20 minutes ago. All it said was, I'm done waiting. I'm coming to get you. The avatar on the screen has stepped forward and started to rub his hands together. Then he started to wave. It took me a couple of seconds to realize he was waving at someone behind me.